morning. And welcome to LSU's summer commencement exercises. I am William Tate, President of Louisiana State University. To open our ceremony, I invite you to please rise for our national anthem, sung by Ms. Callie Onsele, who completed her Bachelor of Music Education with a concentration in vocal studies last spring. She will be accompanied by the brass quintet.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ms. Onsele. At this time, I ask that we pause in remembrance of LSU students, faculty, and staff who passed away during the summer term. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor these individuals. Thank you. Please be seated. Before we get started, I would like to introduce a few of the members of our platform party. Please stand as I call your name. Mr. Jimmy Woods is the LSU Board of Supervisors Chairman and will be conferring degrees during today's ceremony. Ms. Kimberly J. Lewis is Executive Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer. Dr. Roy Haggerty is Executive Vice President and Provost. Dr. Jackie Bach is Vice Provost of Academic Programs and Support Services. Dr. Keena Arbuthnot is Vice President and Chief Data Officer and Dean of the Graduate School. Dr. Daniel Terone is President of the Faculty Senate. Mr. Joseph Liberto is the Student Body President. And Ms. Olivia Phelps is President of the Staff Senate. Please join me in welcoming these members of our platform party. Thank you. While we are here today to honor our graduates, it is important for us to recognize that the road that has brought students to this moment was not traveled alone. There are so many individuals who have provided assistance, guidance, and encouragement on the path to success. I'd like to recognize the families. First, let's recognize the parents, grandparents, spouses, children, and other honored guests here to celebrate this wonderful event. We applaud not only your loved ones' success, but also your tireless support along the way to this milestone. Please stand if you are a parent, grandparent, spouse, family member, or special guest to be recognized for your vitally important role in today's events. Our faculty represent another critical guidepost along the road to graduation. Our university's faculty are not just exceptional scholars, scientists, and researchers. They are also skilled educators who are committed to providing an excellent foundation to every single student who crosses their path. I ask that our faculty stand and be recognized. Thank you. Now there's a group here that I will not have to ask to stand. They are called our staff, because I'm sure they're working. And what I know about universities, there are no great universities without a great staff. So please let us recognize the staff of LSU. Now let me tell you a little bit more about this record-setting summer 2024 class. There are actually not over, it has to be exact. There are 1,061 total graduates. That's a record. $345 bachelor degrees, 120 certificates, 596 graduate degrees, yes, including 118 doctoral degrees. $437 of the graduates are men, and here, wait for it, 624, or nearly 60%, are women. We set records in number of graduates across every major demographic category measured in higher education. That's special. Our graduates represent 41 parishes, 47 states, 36 countries, ranging from Australia to Vietnam. Our graduates range in age from 19 to 57 years old. That's our undergraduate range. Our eldest graduate today is earning a master's degree at the age of 69. Everyone in this arena today should be proud of this group. Today's graduating class represents the largest summer class in LSU's history. Please join me in congratulating this truly impressive group. Now I'd like to take just a moment to address all the students who are receiving their degrees today. On this special day, it is an honor for me to stand before you and officially recognize this day, which is an important milestone both in your educational journeys and your lives. Ceremonies such as this, which began over 900 years ago, were created to signify to society that an individual had mastered an academic field of study. Fast forward to today, where we not only celebrate your academic mastery, but also present your accomplishments to the LSU community, the state of Louisiana, and to our great nation. Congratulations. While we are proud of your achievements as graduates, this day does not belong solely to those sitting before us. Though it is reflective of their hard work, dedication, talent, and intellect, it belongs to all the families who have sacrificed so much, often through multiple generations, to see this day arrive. It belongs to the citizens of Louisiana, our outstanding LSU faculty and staff, and our over 250,000 LSU alumni and friends around the globe who believe in your capacity to make the world a much more vibrant, intellectually stimulating, and sustainable place for all of us. I'd like to take a moment for you to look around at your classmates and keep this in mind as you do so today. As of today, you're among this nation's top 25 percentile in educational achievement and success. Even more importantly, as of today, you will be among the world's top 7 percentile of educational success. In other words, the attainment of a college degree places you in an incredibly enviable position, both right here in the United States and around the world. For our graduate students, the figures are even more selective and impressive. The reason I share these facts with you is twofold. First, to remind you of what a significant accomplishment this truly is for you and for your family members. After today, your life will never be the same. Second, and more importantly, it's important to remind you that as a graduate, you now have a solemn responsibility and high obligation to all those who are in need of similar educational opportunities. It is up to you to help enable them to maximize their potential as individuals and potentially future LSU Tigers. As one of the world's most educated citizens with the greatest potential to help others, you are now being handed a mantle that allows you to provide widespread hope and worldwide opportunity. Through your individual and collective intellectual ability, you are needed to help promote the truth and to break the bonds of human ignorance. You're needed to make the right societal choices that expand prosperity and opportunity. You're needed to provide the extraordinary ideas and innovative thoughts that will feed and shelter an expanding world population and to build the industries of tomorrow. And you are the answers to the most pressing questions of our time. And you are needed to ensure that the next generation of children and students have more educational opportunity and greater economic mobility than previous generations have enjoyed. No matter if you live in Lafayette, Lake Charles, Los Angeles, or London. In short, we need you to go out and purpose in your hearts to make small improvements to the world every day. Every day, think, plant, and harvest. You have the tools, the skills, and the talent to do so. And the benefits that will be reaped will not only be in your life, but they will impact the world around you. Every one of us here today has the greatest faith in you and what you will accomplish, and that it will be extraordinary. Just by a series of small steps, as we used to say, a daily grind, we're depending on your talents and wisdom. The entire LSU family wishes you the very best in these endeavors, and we will take great pride in all that you accomplish. We know that with an LSU education, your preparation matches the challenges ahead. We have witnessed our graduates land rovers on Mars, write Academy Award-winning scores, New York Times bestsellers, be awarded Pulitzer Prizes, and lead Fortune 500 companies. This is the community to which you are now and forever belong. You will always be Tigers, so remember that you are never alone in the path toward greater success and global impact. Your alma mater forever stands with you and behind you. Go Tigers! It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker. Yeah, it's not over. Head coach of LSU gymnastics team, Jay Clark. A native of Roswell, Georgia, Coach Clark was tapped in 2021 as the third head coach in LSU gymnastics program history. In only his fourth season at the helm, he took the Tigers to unprecedented heights to claim the university's first team title. The history-making performance made LSU only the 8th program in NCAA history to win a women's gymnastics national championship. That's right, give him a hand. Coach Clark has received numerous accolades for his work as a coach and mentor, including being named the 2024 SEC Co-Head Coach of the Year and Top Collegiate Coach in Louisiana. He has also received multiple regional coaching honors and is a member of the USA Gymnastics Region 8 Hall of Fame. Perhaps most impressive is Coach Clark's ability to grow the sport, both within the state and nationally. This past season, LSU led the nation in attendance as over 75,000 Tiger fans witnessed this team's magical run in this very venue. The future is brighter than ever for LSU gymnastics, with Coach Clark leading the charge, and we are honored to have him here today. Please join me in welcoming the head coach of your national championship gymnastics team, Jay Clark.
He's a tough act to follow. I've had to do it a couple of times. It's not easy. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and congratulations to your families on this amazing occasion. It's a mile marker in your life. But this moment is not what we're celebrating. What we are celebrating is growth. What we are celebrating is attributes of your character that have allowed you to get to this moment. And when I arrived here, first of all, let me qualify what I'm about to say in that I am not a speechwriter. I am not a public speaker of any great orator skills. But what I am going to do is share from the heart with you a little bit about my journey here to LSU, a little bit about some of the things that we try to put into practice that promote that growth, and then I'm going to leave you with an analogy that some of you may have already heard, but I think is very apropos as you move into the next phase of your life. I arrived here 12 years ago, having coached 22 years at my alma mater. Thought that was the only special place on the planet. Came here knowing nothing about LSU except for the ride from the Embassy Suites to the back door of the PMAC when we would come in here every other year to compete against LSU, and I was at the University of Georgia. Please don't hold that against me. That's why I didn't get a hat today, because I didn't. No, I'm kidding. But got here, and Dee Dee Bro sat me down and said, there's some things we need to identify that need growth in our program. One of which was the attendance. At that time, the attendance in this building for a gymnastics meet averaged about 2,600 or 2,700, and they had just under 500 ardent, incredibly supportive season ticket holders that had been with her through her journey for 3 decades at that time. And we really set out to create a vision for what could be here in this town. I had been here enough to know that LSU is special. I had been in Tiger Stadium. I had seen the support for this university in this state. I knew that it was potential to be here. But what wasn't there was a vision for it. What wasn't there was a plan to be put in place. What wasn't there was mile markers set in front of us to really institute what we intended to see happen. And it took a while to get people on board with that vision. It's easy to get on board with visions of things that you already see going on around you. The traditional sports had already been able to do that. In a sport like ours, it seemed impossible to one day believe that every time we opened the doors to this building, that it could be sold out, and that people who didn't know a thing about our sport would have an interest in what we were doing. But we set out to create a plan and a vision, and we met with resistance, if I'm honest, at every turn. But I stand before you today, as he mentioned, we just set a record for all-time attendance here. We were number one in attendance, 12,500 on average, which is what the place seats when it's configured for gymnastics. And we have now well over 8,000 season ticket holders who renew at a rate of over 95% every single year. And we have not yet won a championship when that happened. And that's not about me, that's about a we mindset. That's about a set of principles that we put in place in our program day in and day out that is about we and not me. And that growth can only happen in your life, in your professional life, in your relationships, if you adopt that type of a mindset. We have a meeting room over there in our facility. If you haven't been there, I hope you'll come by sometime. It is magnificent. It is perhaps the nicest standalone gymnastics facility anywhere in the world, and right here in Louisiana. If you haven't been there, please come. Please come see us and come watch us train and get to know who we are. But we have a meeting room, and on that wall there is a pyramid, and I'm sitting there going, yeah, every coach has a pyramid, and every coach has a set of things they use when it's convenient, when someone has done something they shouldn't, and they use their coach speak and their phrases. But in reality for us, it is something we work at every day. And on that pyramid, it has principles that we try our best to adhere to. And there are two that resonate with me the most. I am a person who's passionate about growth in every area, growth in relationships, growth in professional endeavors, growth in attendance, growth in everything. And I don't think you ever achieve the end game when you have a mindset of that. So that's my message to you today. This is a mile marker for you. You want many, many, many more mile markers in your life. And in order to do that, you have to adopt a set of principles, some of which you've already demonstrated by virtue of the fact that you're here today. But there are others that are out there that perhaps you haven't given a whole lot of thought to, and there are two that are on our wall that I talk about an awful lot. One is communication. I don't care whether it's in your relationships, in your professional life, in your marriage, with your family. If you find yourself in any position, especially in any position of leadership, which you will now, it is important that you make that paramount. Create avenues for increased communication. Do not allow yourself to fear communication. Do not allow others to fear communicating with you. Make sure that you keep open channels of verbal and various ways. In today's world, it's very hard to make it verbal all the time. But create avenues of communication. The second is respect. We hear a lot of the word respect, but it generally refers to someone's accolades or what they have achieved. I can respect Dr. Tate because he is the president of this institution. I cannot respect the man unless I know the man. Take time to get to know the man. I know the man. I respect him. I know enough about his journey to get to where he is today to know that I respect him for that. We can respect position, we can respect accolades, but that is not true respect. True respect takes taking time to communicate with one another. They go hand in hand, and learn about what makes each other different. Learn about the things that you have in common. Learn about what makes each other tick, and invest time and energy into those relationships in order to earn and gain respect. True respect is something that is priceless. And it is something that if you have and you learn to grow and you learn to invest into other people, you will see amazing things happen in your own life. Those are two of the core tenets of our program. We didn't win a championship last year because we just happened to put a group of people together that got lucky on a couple of days. We had to have some of that, and we did get lucky sometimes. We won a championship because of the previous year when we faced adversity, when we had half our team out with injury, when many of our so-called stars were not able to go. We learned what it was to honor each other with our actions, not with our words. We learned what it was to do something for the 3 letters that were on that leotard and on our chest. We learned to be selfless rather than selfish in a society that says it's about me all the time. We found ourselves playing roles that we had no idea we would ever play. We had not mapped out these roles for everyone. They were unexpected. And yet we had success because we maintained that we selfless attitude. We kept communicating, and we genuinely loved and respected one another. That year, 2 years ago, when we finished 4th, is a year that I'm more proud of than the 8 championships I've been part of. Because of how they did it, because of the attributes they learned that they'll carry with them for the rest of their lives. And it is those attributes that they maintained that propelled them to the next thing. They couldn't know that at the time. It took selfless act with no promise of return to get to where they got this year. So as you go forward in your life, make sure that you stay relationship oriented in everything that you do. Make sure you don't lose touch with these people that are in the stands that have supported you your whole lives. Stay together with your family, stay together with your friends, invest in one another, continue to grow. It never ends. Growth never ends. And I'll leave you with this one final analogy, and I know this speech is not going to go viral. Okay? As I told you, I'm not great at this. But it's an analogy that I gave our team, and you may have seen it. I'll be honest with you, I saw it on Instagram. But there is one bird that would dare to challenge an eagle, and it is the crow. And when an eagle flies, the crow will attach itself to an eagle's back and begin to peck at its neck. An annoyance. But the eagle doesn't react to the crow. The eagle spreads its wings wider and wider and wider and begins to climb in altitude and get higher and higher and higher. And pretty soon the air is so thin that only the eagle can be up there, and the crow falls off. So in life, you're going to have setbacks. You're going to have things that peck at your neck. I mentioned that I graduated from the University of Georgia, and then I worked there for 22 years. I also was dismissed unceremoniously from that institution. I also experienced a feeling of betrayal by people that I thought were close to me. I also found an opportunity at LSU as a result of that, and wound up standing in front of you giving a commencement address that God knows if my grandfather was here, he'd be amazed. But ignore those pecking annoyances, those distractions that will come in your life. You're going to have adversity. You're going to face those challenges. You may be betrayed by those close to you. You may have dismissal in your life where you have to move on to the next thing and be open to something that you once thought you would never have been open to. Walk through those doors boldly. Never look back. Be willing to look in the mirror and self-examine and say, how can I grow? How can I get better? And if you can do those things, it's not a guarantee, but I promise you, you'll never look back with any regret, which is another tenet of our program. And you'll have fond memories of every experience that you've had in your life. Go Tigers.
Thank you, Coach Clark. We are blessed and honored that you could be with us here today. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and accomplishments with our graduating class. I know they would take your words with them on the next phase of their journey. Before we confer baccalaureate, advanced, and professional degrees, I would like to invite Dean Troy Blanchard of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences to recognize our university medalists.
Thank you, President Tate. The University Medal is presented to those undergraduates with the highest grade point average among all of our bachelor's degree candidates. On this day, I am pleased to recognize 2 university medalists. These graduates are both earning degrees with a grade point average that meets or exceeds a 4.0. The summer 2024 university medalists are Alyssa McClure and Christopher Palacio. Alyssa is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology. Additionally, Alyssa is earning a minor in social work. Hailing from Elk Ridge, Maryland, Alyssa is the daughter of Jason and Frances McClure. During her time at LSU, she served as the vice president and co-founder of the Innocence Club, a student organization focused on addressing wrongful convictions and pushing for change through education, advocacy, and fundraising. Alyssa will be continuing her education this fall at Rutgers University, where she will enroll in a Master of Social Work program with the goal of becoming a licensed clinical social worker and substance abuse counselor. Please join me in congratulating Alyssa on her exemplary academic achievements with a round of applause. Our second medalist, Christopher Palacio, is unable to join us today. Originally from Port Costa, California, Christopher is graduating today with a Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies degree after completing minors in Business Administration, Communication Studies, and Leadership Development. Congratulations again to Christopher and Alyssa on their tremendous accomplishments.
We will now confer the Baccalaureate Advanced in Professional Degrees. For doctoral students, the role of mentor is of critical importance, typically ranging from 5 to 7 years in length. Doctoral students are in demanding programs, and these students require focus on a particular area of specialization. A candidate's major professor, assisted by other members of the faculty, closely guides the students' research, writing. Let's just put it like this. They're the most trusted sounding board you have as an intellectual while you're pursuing study, both academically and professionally, all along the way. Each of our doctoral students who crosses the stage today is accompanied by a mentor, usually their major professor or a representative from the department or program. That individual will assist in hooding his or her student with a doctoral hood, which serves as a symbol of the student's full membership in the fellowship of the Academy. Dean Arbuthnot, will you please present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Music Arts?
Thank you, Mr. President. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Musical Arts please stand? President Tate, in recognition of the completion of all requirements for the degree of Doctor of Musical Arts, I am pleased to present these candidates to you.
Chairman Woods, on behalf of the faculty, it is my privilege to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Tate. With the authority vested in me by the Louisiana State University Board of Supervisors, I confer upon each you the degree of Doctor of Musical Arts with all the honors, rights, and privileges thereto appertaining.
I ask our new Doctor of Music Arts graduates and their sponsors to please approach the platform. As your name is called, please come forward to be recognized and vested with your hood.
Natasha Sheskova, accompanied by Professor Pamela Pike. Natalie Marie Stepanek, accompanied by Professor Kimberly Spar. Jeremy Danick, accompanied by Professor James Bio. Thomas Andrew Owens, accompanied by Professor Olivia Lucas.
Can we give them another round of applause? Dean Arbuthnot, will you please present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy?
Yes, Mr. President. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please stand? President Tate, in recognition of the completion of all requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, I am pleased to present these candidates to you.
Chairman Woods, on behalf of the faculty, it is my privilege to present these candidates to you for conferral of their degrees.
With the authority vested in me by the Louisiana State University Board of Supervisors, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the honors, rights, and privileges thereto appertaining.
I ask our new PhD graduates and their mentors to please approach the platform. As your name is called, please come forward to be recognized and vested with your hood.
Jillian Vogel, accompanied by Professor Olivia Lucas. Jennifer L. Brown, accompanied by Professor Kristen Stair. Alvaro Garcia, accompanied by Professor Christina Sabliov. John Christian Ebrio Ontoy, accompanied by Professor Jong Hyun Ham. Jeffrey S. White, accompanied by Professor J. Michael Martinez. Zachary Germain, accompanied by Professor Robert Lipton. Arun Banjara, accompanied by Professor Robert P. Lipton. Rachel Matthews, accompanied by Professor Neil Johansson. Samantha F. Kennedy, accompanied by Professor Ryan Holteen. Justin Tyler Morris, accompanied by Professor Melinda Salmon. Stephanie Collin, accompanied by Professor Ashley Mack. Shania Anthena Lena Nichols, accompanied by Professor Gabriela Gonzalez. Allison Lee Crisp, accompanied by Professor Matthew Penny. Fatami Mustafa Vikatam, accompanied by Professor Omar Magana Lawaisa. Stav Haldar, accompanied by Professor Ivan Aguillo. Graham Edward Baglow Morgan, accompanied by Professor Scott Marley. Rita Aoun, accompanied by Professor Mandy J. Lopez. Tyler Robert Sheldon, accompanied by Professor Keena Arbuthnot. Lee Danielle Honeycutt, accompanied by Professor Casey Stannard. Haula Naif Otef, accompanied by Professor Casey Stannard. Victoria Bailey, accompanied by Professor Aaron L. Oberhaus. Junyan Chen, accompanied by Professor Mike Stout. Braden Andre Blanchard, accompanied by Professor Collins Kimbing. Christopher Sungan Song, accompanied by Professor Jason Bowers. Ashley Victoria Bundy Rogers, accompanied by Professor Alicia Long. Andrea Lynn Tepe, accompanied by Professor Petra A. Robinson. Anshumitra Ball, accompanied by Professor Juana Moreno. Henry Brandon Motti, accompanied by Professor Aaron Sheehan Dean. Pratik J. Barge, accompanied by Professor Morgan Kelly. Jamie Mara Phelps, accompanied by Professor Morgan Kelly. Himanshu Singh Mehra, accompanied by Professor David Vineyard. Jelana Cavalier Williams, accompanied by Professor Laura Petrinsky. Courtney E. Williams, accompanied by Professor Heather Racken. Dustin Michael Hughes, accompanied by Professor Heather Racken. Elizabeth Ann Schoenberger, accompanied by Professor Carrie Tobin. Aldo Durante Vera Tudela, accompanied by Professor Shangqing Wai. Kaylee Dawn Rogers, accompanied by Professor Thomas Ricks. Katie Elizabeth Venable, accompanied by Professor Charles C. Lee. Stacy R. Terrio, accompanied by Professor James C. Garand. Nicole Weirsham Santee, accompanied by Professor James Garand. Ji Young Lee, accompanied by Professor Jill Trepanier. Kenitha Harrington Jolivet, accompanied by Professor Joyce Marie Jackson. Mohammed Imran Hassan Tussar, accompanied by Professor Baba Sarkar. MD Manik Mia, accompanied by Professor Sarabitham Kameshwar. David Earl Whitchurch, accompanied by Professor Helmut Schneider. Avinash Mali, accompanied by Professor Judy Warnat. Jensen Chato, accompanied by Professor Jeannie Donaldson. Johanna Whitney Smith, accompanied by Professor Paul Frick. Emily Claire Kemp, accompanied by Professor Paul Frick. Paige Ashley Weir, accompanied by Professor Paul Frick. Paige Nicole Piku, accompanied by Professor Paul Frick. Anthony Dakari Robinson, accompanied by Professor Matthew Calamia. D. Nicholas Oakey Frost, accompanied by Professor Raymond P. Tucker. Brandon Ike, accompanied by Professor Melissa Beck. Brianna Estelle Kearney, accompanied by Professor Heather Lucas. River Waits, accompanied by Professor Sean Gilroy. Rochelle Nayantara Picardo, accompanied by Professor Sean Gilroy. Cassie Chanel Feck, accompanied by Professor Sean Gilroy. Ilario Lua Shewangiwa, accompanied by Professor Ali Kazemi. Stephanie R. Gullidge, accompanied by Professor Kim Skinner. Tiffany DeWong, accompanied by Professor Justin Reagans. Eric Alvarez Valenzuela, accompanied by Professor Justin Reagans. Varad Vinayak Agarkar, accompanied by Professor Justin Reagans. Brandon Joseph Conrad, accompanied by Professor Justin Reagans. Ernest Nachaki, accompanied by Professor Justin Reagans. Vanessa Vega, accompanied by Professor Eugene Kennedy. Hope Esiose, accompanied by Professor Subramanian Savivel. Susanna Jean Aronson, accompanied by Professor Laura Akuma. Ka Hei Cheng, accompanied by Professor Stephen D. Beck. Scott Dyer Nelson, accompanied by Professor Stephen D. Beck. Keegan Riley Stansberry, accompanied by Professor Christine Latin. Wen Chang Zhang, accompanied by Professor Kihu Xu. Zhang Guo Mian, accompanied by Professor Jun Hong Liang. Ashley R. Walker, accompanied by Professor Jane C. Garneau. Lucinda Boyd, accompanied by Professor Jane Garno. Robert Allen Mirabello, Jr., accompanied by Professor Michael Burnett. Carly Penn, accompanied by Professor Tracy Rizzuto. Hope McFadder Hickerson, accompanied by Professor Joshua Grimm. Kyle Terrell Christopher Stanley, accompanied by Professor Josh Grimm. Sohail Kafili, accompanied by Professor Ruth Moon. Adelodun Ridwan Majego Kabaji, accompanied by Professor Thomas Dean. Lori Bourgeois Salvel, accompanied by Professor Margaret Mary Sulintic Dowell. Shashank Moulet, accompanied by Professor Chao Wang. Farida Gashoud, accompanied by Professor Rosemary Peters Hill. Latasha Valenzuela Hernandez, accompanied by Professors Mary Jill Brody and Rafael Orozco. Sarah Oliver Ludwig, accompanied by Professor Shannon Coleman. Rajat Pruthi, accompanied by Professor Prasanta Subudi.
I'm deeply moved whenever I see PhD students get hooded. As a former graduate dean, it truly represents the Scholarship First agenda here at LSU. Can we give another round of applause for our graduates? Dean Arbuthnot, will you please present the candidates for advanced and professional degrees?
Yes, President Tate. Will all candidates for master's degrees and advanced certificates in the graduate school please rise? President Tate, I am pleased to present these candidates who have complied with all requirements for their respective degrees.
Chairman Woods, on behalf of the faculty, it is my privilege to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their degrees.
With the authority vested in me by the Louisiana State University Board of Supervisors, I confer upon each of you the appropriate degree or certificate with all the honors, rights, and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Graduates, please approach the stage so that you may be recognized.
Justin Adkison. Morgan Grace Dingler. Francisco Baye. Sarah Catherine Trevino. Jana Grounds. Randy Clifton. Hayden Bumgarden. Madison Alleman. Brandy Raquel Hayes. Michael Bernard. Colton Turner Garrison. Robert Luke. Philip Thomas O'Neill. Liam Hudak. Cassandra Rippey. Bailey Renee Brooks. Chloe Danielle Tart. Alexis Simone Grow. Akila Iman Strappi. Kylie Shantae Knighton. Rajat Pruthi. Sarah Elizabeth Houts. Alexandria Shanasia Shelley. Austin Irwin. Peter Hanna. Lance Yates. Harrison Walker Valentine. Isabel Nicole Suarez. Amber Leticia Busby. Adam John Mallette Jr. Bawana Acharya. Manika Rana Bhatt. Daniel Gallegos. Mansuru Olatunji Dauda. Aya John Isaac. Wilhelm David Wagesback. James M. Truitt. Cade Blanchard. Luke C. Lemonnier. Christian M. Fritz. Jamie Lynn Turner. Trent Allen Stromberg. Angie Lynette Haywood. Wanda Denise Alsobrook. Tracy Hunter Saddles. Raylene Gutierrez. Hannah Nicole Allen. Lauren Ashley Skiro. Morgan York. Amber Jepson. Kayla Broussard. Michaela M. Hamilton. Quinn Rhine. Catherine Frances Merriman. Maggie Ann Fuselier. Mackenzie Knighton. Serena Mercedes Contreras. Jennifer Marie Scott. Olnick DeVerge. Shonda Jones. Jade Thomas Bryant. Donna Grace Moore. Walter Cornegie. Danessa Rodriguez. Sarah E. Thomas. Meredith Grace Arnold. Rebecca O'Neill. Haley Lynn Mims Crawford. Jennifer Marie McGee. Kelsey Bree Robbins. Michelle Maria Perez. Gregory Allen Thomas. Richard Kai McCurley. Minette Allen Jones. Indiria Orlean Chenevert. Christina Marie Ott Rossiter. Dustin Lloyd Pounds. Alyssa Ann Knott. Alexandra Frazier. Laura Haywood. Kennedy Kay. Georgios Kogias. Aliana Janae Davis. Ricky Jean Lookingbill. Haley Christine Allen. Jessica Lynn Vincent. Jessica Michelle Freebert. Abigail Marie Wastbrock. Jennifer DeSilvio. Jack Henry Decor. Etienne Lesueur. Carlos Fernando Quintero. Ashley Littlefield. Kurt Allen Strange. Leslie Harvey. Courtney Lynn Williams. Anthony Morin. Brescia Eddington Collins. Cami Bourgeois. Yolanda Michelle Theory. Can Ariel Farm Gibbs. Larissa Anayi Salinas. Jordan Elizabeth Rao. Caston Lee Martin. Derek Wayne Thomas Jr. Sarah Catherine Hardy. Jocelyn Elise Wallace. Madison Plaisance. LaDeja Ariel Graves. Shelby Nicole Vaughn. Sabrina Lee. Lucy P. Soto. Molly Marie Demisi. Brea Simone Rogers. Barbara Liseth Maldonado. Sine Christina Dotson. Noah Thomas DeWerf. Grant Connor Hickingbottom. Delasia Ariel Ferguson. Tori Elise Bonds. Devin Desai Kling. Allison Forlenza. Jordan Brooke Holcomb. Sydney Elizabeth Duncan. Amanda Peralta. Savannah Christine Brewster. Diamond Champagne London. Paris Vinette. Akua Lulani Lewis. Neha Enigala. Shaful Gandikota. Haley Ann Van Lith. Mia Catherine Kugler. Kira Nicole Presley. Tyree Norman. Jacqueline Shelby Ancelet. Ian Joseph Gibbons. Micaiah Sierra Conley Siller. Dusty Jane Matthews. Olivia Anderson Heil. Robert Barrere. Michelle Blanchard LeBlanc. Mahesh Krishna Reddy Duvaru. Lakeland Keller. Toriana Lachey Smith. Taylor Latrice Latrell. Maxwell Amponsum. Santiago Diaz Laguna. Sarah Lynn Lloyd Smith. Rachel Binion. Lisa Palacio. Maria Skermetti. Tyler Jerry Krebar. Anna Sofia Jaramillo. Casey Lynn Hannon. Garrett Lane Kirkland. Zara Fala Asli. Quintora Sade Jones. Michael Joseph Martin II. Cameron Savage. Joelle Colleen Nudge. Cecilia Ann Mosley. Gregory Evan Roy. Elizabeth Avila. Kayla Nicole Lambert. Caitlin Elizabeth Yop. Macy Faith Webb. Morgan Summy Brush. John Austin Davis. Sierra Loren Ballard. Jenna Elaine Guidry. Lauren Danielle Sweet. Diamond Brianni DeQueer. Jeanne Robinson Scott. Zakiria Davis. Jacqueline Elizabeth Johnson. Kayla Christine Brewer. Darius Griffin. Kristen D. Sykes. Jashay Naisha Kelly. Zachary Joseph Hull. Hunter McCrane. Julia Lejeune. Summer Marie Bowen. Jillian Hope Prima. Terrence Bridgers. Emma Marie Johnson. Savannah Faith Shanehair. Nicole Marie Galbraith Wilson. Mary Alice Waddell. Kara Nicole Crawford. Aditi Morari. Alanis Paulette Heredia. Michael Casey Pierkowski. Shane Charles. Akansha Dakal. Andrea Salome Sarato Castellanos. Ashley Abraham. Ariana Enola Reed. Roland Thomas. Shalilian Monique Pope. Tamika Anderson. Trey Amond. Derek Somaru. Will Gould. Tyler Gibbons. Shaharia Jaman Bayan. Pranto Malakar Dipta. Tanvir Hussain. MD Muzahiddin Islam. Rafin Hassan. Pradipta Bishwashas. Darnavin Kano Camille. Kantera Lachey Mayfield. Molly Grace Decker. Jessica Diane Cleveland. Andrea Marie Gauthier. Anika Lundy Ellis. Austin Julian Norman. Iana Yvette Davis. Faith Alexis Harris. Heidi Maddie Randall. Joseph Vincent Brown. Mary Angela Alessandri. Gregory Devontae Bennett. Brianna LaBeouf. Alexa Nicole Gautreau. Haley Ann Marquette. Jeremy Lee Hood. Erica Washington. Angela Elbin Capel. Claire Ashley Garrett. Trista Elizabeth Porter. Celine Villasan Gendron. Felicia Marie Tapia. Jamie Lee Kraft. Catherine Grogan Kilpatrick. Brett Duplichin. Peyton Heap. Madison Gabrielle Kidder. Jake Matthew Miller. Alexis Wynn. Sydney Michelle Zimmerman. Jackson Lee Griffith. Sir Wandalyn Wilkerson Dixon. Jose Donaldo Viratoro Oyela. Special to Carol Ventroy. Terry Lee Geraldson Jr. Jade Mariah Matthews. Erin Lynn Griswold. Ariana Alicia Sims. Alexandria Chantel Turner. Deja Larkel White. Jemiah Cynthia Washington. Ryan Simon Duyong. Gregory Adam Renault. Taiwo Moyofodu Ongade. Morgan Rose Shrizinski. Suede Willoughby. Darren Lamar Herman.
Participants earning graduate and professional credentials represent those individuals who have attained a very high honor. Can we please give them a round of applause? Dr. Roy Haggerty, Executive Vice President and Provost, will now present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees.
Before presenting the candidates for baccalaureate degrees, I'd first like to introduce the academic deans and faculty representing the colleges and schools conferring degrees today. Please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all bachelor's degrees have been conferred. Dean Matt Lee, College of Agriculture. Interim Dean Rod Parker, College of Art and Design. Dean Jared Lorenz, E.J. Uso College of Business. Dean Clint Wilson, College of Coast and the Environment. Dean Vicky Colvin, College of Engineering. Acting Dean Drew LaMonica Arms, Honors College. Dean Roland Mitchell, College of Human Sciences and Education. Dean Troy Blanchard, College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Dean Kimberly Bissell, Manship School of Mass Communication. Dean Eric Lau, College of Music and Dramatic Arts. Dean Cynthia Peterson, College of Science. Associate Dean Tammy Duga, School of Veterinary Medicine. I'm pleased to recognize the candidates for the bachelor's degree and the undergraduate and post-baccalaureate certificates. Will all candidates for baccalaureate degrees, undergraduate, post-baccalaureate certificates, please rise and remain standing? President Tate, these candidates have been certified by their deans and colleges, and on behalf of the faculty of Louisiana State University, it is my great pleasure and privilege to present them to you for conferral of their degrees.
Chairman Woods, these candidates have been certified by their deans and colleges on behalf of the faculty of Louisiana State University. It is my pleasure and privilege to present them to you for conferral of their degrees.
With the authority vested in me by the Louisiana State University Board of Supervisors, I confer upon each of you the appropriate baccalaureate degree, undergraduate certificate, or post-baccalaureate certificate with all the honors, rights, and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Deans and graduates, you may be seated. When instructed to do so, please follow your college marshals as they lead you to the stage to be recognized. The academic deans will now present the graduates from their respective schools and colleges. I first call on Dean Matt Lee to present the graduates from the College of Agriculture.
President Tate, I am pleased to present the graduates from the College of Agriculture.
Adriana Fernandez Lestage. Ryan Michael Downs. Bo Rutley. Shelby Marie Pugh. Jerica Lede Median. Jade Renee Smith. Jessica Claire Dufresne.
Thank you, Dean Lee. I now call on Dean Rod Parker to present the graduates from the College of Art and Design.
President Tate, I am pleased to present the graduates from the College of Art and Design.
Taylor Cranston Williams. Forey Fairshow.
Thank you, Dean Parker. I now call on Dean Jared Lorenz to present the graduates from the College of Business.
President Tate, I am pleased to present the graduates from the E.J. Uso College of Business.
Ethan Philip Montandon. Mason Cade Page. Emmanuel William Matthews. David Coleman Mills, Jr. Ben Kale. Caitlin Joy Graves. Ariana Marie Armand. Justin Michael Savoy. Austin William Long. Jacob Seymour Klein. Glenn Edward Martinez. Meredith Paige Hendry. Catherine Nicole Sims. Garrett Mason Scarl. Elizabeth Massey. Sydney Taylor Vaughn. Julie Alejandra Guadalupe Arida Flores. Macy Grass. Abigail Lynn Branton. Heath Holden Horridge, Jr. Megan Mackenzie Jordan. Peyton Rose Rangel. Tyler Garrett Witzel. Jaslyn Chance Gladney. Amy Navarro Robles. Fernando Jose Dalbison. Andrew McCall Alley. Lauren Nicole Perales. Ron Christopher Hill, Jr. Noah Anthony Frederick. Abby Elizabeth Arsenault. Lexi No. Marcus Steven Vasquez. Krista Nicole Prescott. Brenna Mahoney. Cameron Munson. Charles Buchanan, Jr. Slade Matthew Roy. Wen Wen Go.
Thank you, Dean Lorenz. I now call on Dean Clint Wilson to present graduates from the College of the Coast and Environment.
President Tate, I am pleased to present the graduates from the LSU College of the Coast Environment.
Austin Wade Wittig. Annie Elizabeth Lamke. Lilith Mang. Kin Long Chu.
Thank you, Dean Wilson. I now call on Dean Vicki Colvin to present the graduates from the College of Engineering.
President Tate, I am pleased to present the graduates from the College of Engineering.
Nicholas Miller. Juan Andres Contreras. Ian Thomas Gorgeous. Ronald L. Clark. Gabriel Gustavo Medina. Han Wang. Nicholas Allen Bourne. Oscar Carlo Maldonado. Matthew Reese Consolman. Thomas David Smith. Amber Gail Crow. Eduardo Espinosa Martinez. Andrew Whitehead. Caleb Lawrence Greider. Colby James Mitchell. Dylan Anise Sellers. Ryan Emmanuel Barnes.
Thank you, Dean Colvin. I now call on Dean Roland Mitchell to present the graduates from the College of Human Sciences and Education.
President Tate, I am pleased to present the graduates from the College of Human Sciences and Education.
Madison Lynn Lonegrass. Artie Nitin Patel. Sandeep Rao. Jacob Wayne LaHaye. Andrew Duval. Clay Upton. Dorian Dorr. Chinoso Richard Intocago. Johnny O'Brien. Corbin Zane Chitwood. Lance Tylen Shiflett. Edward Teas. Joshua Lee. Taryn J. Hartman. Gabrielle Mi-ai Nguyen. Heather James Justice. Joey Marie Curtis. Noah William Mariana. George Stoop. Luke Christopher Rogers. Tyshawn M. Robinson. Destiny Janae Jones. Michaela Alexis James. Iris Renee Thomas. Welton Spotsville. Jacobian Kareem Guillory II. Miles Aaron Frazier. James Joseph Till. Emma Elise Arsenault. Nia Monique Brown. Chloe Long. DeAndre Damon Pierre Henderson. Nevea Owens Jones. Catherine Ann Razel. Kendall Danette Barton. Joel Denbury Thompson. Montserrat Gutierrez Lavenant. Madeline Shea Williams. Allie Peyton Moore. Tony Gwynn Ludwig. Abby Wyatt. Kylie Elizabeth Monto. Haley Grace Ginn. Claude Felix. Brennan Allen King. Michael Smith. DeMonte Joseph Sims. Tucker Morgan. John Morgan. Ayana Alexis Wallace. Peyton Ann Rogers. Jillian Blander. Samuel Eduardo Salinas. Callie Paige Lodrig. Emily Elizabeth Aller. Olivia Graham. Jerica Gibson. Taylor Langlois. Jacerie Latin. Ashton Kelly. Grant Nicholas Griffin. Colin David Andrews. Logan Wayne Orange. Tori Pellerin. Bennett Andrews. Cade Alexander Hebert. Antoine Liddell Jr. Jennifer Theodal. Allie Elizabeth McCain. Erin Bodenheimer. Toby Ray Richard. Brianne Taylor Pierce. Michael James McHelwey. Nicholas Alexander Quintal. Caleb Joseph Reed Melson. Cassidy Ramiz Howden.
Thank you, Dean Mitchell. I now call on Dean Troy Blanchard to present the graduates from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
President Tate, I'm pleased to present the graduates from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Jake Murillo. Isabella Marie Smith. JC Lynn Myers. George Chandler Robinson. Alexander John Lauger. Isaiah James Hilliard. Jenna Claire Bourgeois. Jalen Deshawn Armwood. Alexis Catherine Antolik. Anjali Janae Lloyd. Angela Romero Barron. Ajacia Amaya Joseph. Kathleen Greer Hickson. Christian Kirk Michelet. Jada Haley Allen. Kara Rayanne Gary. Raneem Aburahma. Presley Nutter. Eddie Joseph Kennison III. Maria Lena Burton Morris. Victoria Arnona. Braden Dwayne Winters. Megan Voicel Collins. Blaine Michael Brown. Gian Marion Johnson. Erica Nicole Jelks. Kirsten Nicole Simon. Tyrese Devon Pickney. Hector Osvaldo Alvarez Troches. Taylor Martin. Tynia L. Wiggins. Harry Elizabeth Eason. Brooklyn Rose Sousa. Shania Loren Watson. Summer Perkins. Diane Washington. Juan Francisco Molina Moreno. Kyron Cantrell McGuire. Tharuka Fernando. Connor B. LaRose. Deidriana Ford. Braden Swinson. Aristotle Abraham II. Tyler Matthew Arbin. Devin Woodford Melanson. Sarah Jane Underwood. Hannah Elizabeth Steimel. Macy Lynn Liberto. Rachel Morgan Weber. Alyssa Michelle McClure. India Guyton. Erin Kavanaugh Shea. Kennedy Basco Schwest. Lindsay Joy Belliati. Brianna Danielle Marks. Rachel Elizabeth Sensibi. Kaylin Rain Bradley. Caitlin Renee Whitley. Bella Rose Pasenica. Miles Ijikuka Chukwara. Jeremy Price Reed. Eden Robinson Hornsby. Christina Alexis Lampshire. Abigail Ellen Long. Bailey Simone Lewis. Rashad Najee Addison. Christian Rie. Alyssa Victoria Como. Jayla Marie White. London Margaret McGee. Adam Robert Leday. Carissa San Miguel. Mason Everson. John Jack Frederick Griswold. Garrett Gordon Spring. Derek Fountain. Tobias Charles Fabregas. Blake Owen Buffkin. Samuel Farr. Charles Andre Blanchard. Eric Castaneda. India Bob. Catherine Eileen Burke. Kaylin Henderson. Dylan Wayne Davis. Sarah Elizabeth Santinello. Chaslyn Brown. Shania Gabrielle Sims. Malik Wesley Hall. Summer Rain Brown. Jacob David Dale. Destiny Jalen Jackson. Emma Kate Scherer.
Thank you, Dean Blanchard. I now call on Dean Kimberly Bissell to present the graduates from the Manship School of Mass Communication.
President Tate, I'm pleased to present the graduates from the Manship School of Mass Communication.
Brielle Grace Lee. Ronald Cavan Riggs. Guillermo Gabriel Corden. Emmy M. Youngblood. Alexandra Christina Henderson. Destiny Imani Watson. Anna Elizabeth Klein.
Thank you, Dean Bissell. I now call on Dean Eric Lau to present the graduates from the College of Music and Dramatic Arts.
President Tate, I am pleased to present the graduates from the College of Music and Dramatic Arts.
Emma Nicole Stevens. Mateo Sean Fernandez. Jalen Kyler Anthony Derensberg.
Thank you, Dean Lau. I now call on Dean Cynthia Peterson to present the graduates from the College of Science.
President Tate, I am pleased to present the graduates from the College of Science.
Courtney Alexis Lair. Sade Dennis. Kayla Brown. Avon Jittleson. Aaliyah Denise Vernon. Priya Janae Hill. Joseph Selly. Talea Misharon Hunter. Sephora Lul Vaccaro. Jasmine Belen Brown. Avery Joseph Williams. Swati Haldar. Ryan McDonald. Elizabeth Marie Romeo. Bella Rita Mushleb. Emily Quinn New Do. Michelle Flores Acosta. Alyssa Rose Auer. Kelly Olivia McMorris. Berkeley Spring Baudouin. Calais Perrette. Fahad Wakas. Nichelle Lynn Skura. Elena Dilworth. Christina Kelly. John LeBlanc II. Emma Nicole Stevens.
Thank you, Dean Peterson. And thank you to the entire platform party for presiding over this momentous event, and to each of you in attendance for sharing this special moment with us. And to all those graduating today, please rise one last time to be recognized. Congratulations again. Congratulations again to each of you and your fellow graduates who were unable to attend today's festivities. This graduating class is special and unique. Established in 1860, you have etched your name into the annals of LSU history, a place that is known for building teams that win. We are proud of your accomplishments and excited to welcome you to the team of LSU alumni, a winning group. At this time, tradition dictates that you move your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left to signify your status as a graduate of this great university. Please join me in providing one last final round of applause for our graduates. Congratulations to you all. May success follow you wherever life takes you. Will all in attendance please now stand for the Louisiana State Alma Mater, performed by Miss Callie Ansule, who will be accompanied by the brass quintet. Graduates, at the conclusion of the Alma Mater, please remain in place until the platform party has exited the arena. Thank you all, and congratulations.
Where stately oaks and broad magnolias shade inspiring halls, there stands our dear old alma mater, who to us recalls fond memories that waken in our hearts a tender glow, and make us happy for the love that we have learned to know. All praise to thee, O alma mater, molder of mankind. May greater glory, love unending, be forever thine. Our worth in life will be thy worth. We pray to keep it true, and may thy spirit live in us forever, LSU.
Thanks for having me, everybody. This is a lot of fun. Seriously appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Congrats on all your new positions. Really excited to be presented.